Greetings, BSU. Well, I don't have a filmer today, so I'm filming myself. In fact, Ben is going to be back with us next week, so I won't have to do this or borrow people off of the train to do strange things anymore. So, I got some updates for you. Sorry I did not update yesterday, but you know how things are. So, high school versus college. When I talked to David Siegel, the venture capitalist who is in Manhattan, he basically said, is the market open for high school? Will somebody actually pay to have them participate? Even if it's $500, it's a little difficult, so maybe it's going to have to be the PTA or some other type of situation where we get payment. Whereas universities, he said, it is a little bit easier to get money from the different groups in the university. So just food for thought that he was throwing out there for you. Profit versus nonprofit. I talked to the grants and the communications department, and we discussed this, and I said I really don't want to take the nonprofit angle, and simply because it's really difficult. The IRS has structured it so it's very difficult to update and keep current with all of the accounting methodology. But he did say if you're finding a lot of grants and information for a nonprofit format, maybe you might want to run with that setting. I was going to have two guests with me today, except for we're going to have to tape them next Saturday, so they aren't here today, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But for the communication and the grants department, maybe keep an outline of all the possibilities that we'd have if we were a nonprofit structure, and that may make us decide later to go that route. I'm not certain. Marketing. We need to format the game so it actually looks good when it goes out to potential customers, being either high schools or colleges. So it needs to be easy to read, it has to have a nice appeal, it has to look good so the salespeople can use it as a promotional piece. So the salespeople and the marketing people probably need to start working on that. Tear out the things that aren't needed on there and get a nice promotional piece set up for that. We want to go back to looking at flat companies. When we read Semler, that's why we actually read Semler, because I want you to implement some of those tools inside of Semler. Look at how a flat company operates. Right now we're under a traditional hierarchy where we have people that are on top of each other with project managers and leads and departments with department leads. That is a traditional hierarchy. I'm not a fan of it, but it's just easier for a class like this to give you a hierarchy and a structure because that's what you're used to reading. Even though it's not the best way to operate, I guarantee you 100% hands down it is not the best way to operate. You want to break into the flat structure. That's what a lot of really good companies are doing right now. So don't really depend on leadership in this class. Start working with the other departments, just like we learned about in Semler. Just walk across the aisle online, whatever you want to talk to some other department and start working with them. Take the leadership responsibilities as well. You do not have to have a structure how we've structured it. It's just easier for you right now. So start thinking of a flat organization and take accountability for whatever you think needs to be done. The VC, David Siegel, he actually knows quite a few people in Boise. He knows everybody in the VC and angel investment community. So he does know some people in Boise. If we do put this together well, he will put us in contact with those people, but it has to be done well. He was interested. He said it's an interesting concept, and if we can actually pull it together, then he might be interested in it. He basically said this might be something that we would want to merge into another company. He used Flinga, F-L-I-N-G-A, as an example. He said they have really good traction. They basically, actually just pull them up. Look them online because I'm not going to explain what they do on the camera. So look them up online. They may be some potential partner of ours if we can make this work. Techstars, he said look at all the pitches, pull up techstars.com and look at all the pitches that are in there because we're going to have to create a pitch of our own eventually, and that will be something that we will do as a group, as an organization versus just one department. We'll all put feedback in there. So we need to start looking at those options so we know what we're doing moving forward. Techstars, one of the Techstars inventors, I don't know if you know what Techstars is, but go Google that and you'll figure it out. One of the Techstars, the venture capitalist started, he was from Boise, Idaho, so that's really cool because Techstars is way huge now. So where I am today, since I'm taping, I'm actually going to give you your Trivial Pursuit questions at the end. Where I am is I am in New Hope, Pennsylvania. I am sitting in this lovely community. In fact, there's a lovely woman sitting behind me that asked her dog if he wanted to have a margarita with her. So maybe Maybe I'll go have a margarita with her. The dog's not appearing to drink too much. So I am in New Hope, Pennsylvania, and here's your Trivial Pursuit question of the day. There's a river, and we're looking at a different state with a different town over there. So I'm going to try to hone in on this so you can see it a little bit better. It is a river with a name, and it's quite famous name. So if you take a look at this river, let's see if I can zoom in for you. What is the name of that river? That's the first question. And let me tell you something, a little bit of history about this. Basically, somebody very famous crossed this river. This is a monumental place. In June of 1978, General X, not going to tell you the name of him, marched his army from Valley Forge to the Delaware, crossing right here before the Battle of X. So there are your 3 Trivial Pursuit questions today, and I'm going to show you around. So basically you're looking at one state with a town across the way there. In fact, actually tell me what that state is across the river that we're looking at. And then we're looking at a person that literally did some great things. What's that man's name? And what was the battle that he was going to? So I'm gonna just kind of show you around here. So now we're looking at New Hope, Pennsylvania. And then when we go back here, we're looking at a different state and a different town with a river. So again, in summary, what is the state and the town that we're looking at right now? What is the river that's crossing, or basically taking away these 2 states? So what is that river? What is this lovely general that marched these people to some place from Valley Forge? Alrighty, with that being said, good luck with everything, and I will see you back online, and we will be taping soon, and I will try to pull it together and get Ben to start taping these things so it's not so terrible for you. Alrighty, have a great week.